Yep.
conditioning from the environment. I noticed the mind chatter changes depending on where it can change quite drastically just from a simple change from one room to another. I'm guessing that's just the conditioning that happened in that room.
Yeah. Did you say one room to another?
Yeah, it's like from outside to inside this room, for example, where I've been living for the past year.
Right.
A lot of conditioned patterns happened here, and like the chatter, the mind chatter
Oh,
immediately
yeah.
changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Catch
Because
that?
there's identification with it. There's also just the energy, like the room is holding energy. It's there's a past in each of the room. It's like the space holds that energetic frequency that then reminds you. It's like as if even if you like you said, your house, or if you like checked out your childhood house or something like that, it kind of brings up a lot of these memories and stuff. And that's where if you're identified with that, then it's like you hold on to that. That's why people have troubles moving. They're like holding on to everything. Like, no, this is all these pictures. It's got so much meaning because it's not, well, it is meaning, but it's attachment. But they don't want to give it up. So I think there's these stories or these shows of like house hoarders and stuff like that. Pack rats or something like that, whatever their name is. They just hold on to everything, right? All these memories because they've created an identity.
Yeah.
Right? In reality, you're no thing. But as long as you're holding on to things saying, this is me, holding on to the microphone, it's like, imagine there's just emptiness. There's not a body here, but then it's like, this is me. So how do you want to let this thing go then, if that's what you are? If you're believing that that's me, the last thing I want to do is let this microphone go. And if you come close and you try and take the microphone, it feels like you're taking me. Right? But it's so subconscious. But like I said, is what we do is instead of going one by one, we just go right to this me and inquire, well, what is it that you consider to be you? Who are you? And we never find a thing. And that's why it's liberating. there's no thing, right? There's no, everything is limited. No thing depends on how you want to hear it. Nothing or no thing. Nothing has no limitations. Nothing has no start, no end. Nothing has no boundary or border. Right? It's like, even when you think of like all the numbers, they're a limitation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the one number that has zero limitations?
Infinity.
Infinity, yeah. How can we get to
Zero.
infinity? You think you're going to go one by one all the way up to infinity? That's going to take a long time. How about I just show you that you're zero? Because in that sense, zero is infinity. Is it not that all numbers arise out of zero? Is it not that zero has the potential to be any number? Right? So it's holding the potential. That's where when the mind hears nothing, like, oh, I don't want to show up to this satsang anymore. Mitch is trying to make me nobody or nothing. Because it's like, it sounds so like, again, like how here I got my course here. It's $1,000. I want to sell you nothing. How interested are you going to be?
Depends how much trauma you have, I suppose.
Yeah. Come to the call so I can give you nothing. The mind, it just doesn't sound right. But when you actually discover what nothing is, how liberating it is, that it's the foundation. It's the reality. But to the mind, this doesn't make any sense. It sounds like crazy talk. You could say like the closest we can get to talking about it, not the closest, but a good analogy is a lot of these like seeds for trees. The seed itself contains nothing in it. So it's like, how does this seed then become this big spruce tree or this big maple tree or this big birch tree? But it's in that nothing, that nothingness, that emptiness, that create that the fullness is. It's in that nothingness that the full potential of that tree is it not? Where does it come from? So when the mind hears this, it runs. It doesn't want it. Oh, he's talking about being empty. Why would I want to be empty? My entire life, I've been trying to fulfill myself. Why would I want to be empty? I'm saying you're already empty. Just realize that you're already empty. Stop trying to fill yourself up and just realize that you're already empty. That emptiness is what you're actually afraid of. That's why we're all trying to fulfill it. I want to fulfill this emptiness with a relationship. I want to fulfill this emptiness with a career. Because it's scary to the mind, this emptiness. But it's like you have to see that you're empty in order to realize that you're full. It's out of that emptiness that there's the usefulness in anything. The room that you're in, if it wasn't empty, it would have no, you could not use it. Right? So when we're identified with the contents, we completely overlook this, the context. It's like you're looking at everything in the room. Oh, there's a desk, there's a computer, there's a lamp, there's a couch, whatever it is. That's all the content. But when do you ever acknowledge the space? If it wasn't for that empty space, there would not be the possibility for all the content. But the mind only sees objects. See how the space is not really an object. Consciousness is like that, when we're talking about it. When I'm pointing, the words are just, again, the words are content, but the words are as close as you can get to pointing to something that's not content. That there's simply hearing that's happening right now. And it's hearing words, it's hearing sounds. And the sounds are the content of experience. Whatever the seeing, you're experiencing seeing. And whatever you're seeing is the content of experience. Oh, I think J-Rod just dropped off the call here. That's all right. I'll continue talking. Oh, he's back. So the seeing, that's all right. I'll just repeat it. So the seeing is another experience. You're seeing content. Whatever you're seeing, that's content. Whatever you're hearing, that's content. Whatever you're tasting, that's content. Whatever you're smelling, that's content. Whatever you're touching, that's content. And where is all of this content happening in? Where is all this content taking place? What is it, J-Rod?
Well, whenever I sink into the deep now, the excitement arises and pulls me out.
What pulls you out? Excitement?
Just kind of like the wow factor, I suppose. So different than I'm used to.
The wow factor of what?
It's like a slice of time has expanded significantly, but can't really stay there.
Oh, when you're trying to give me the answer, is that what you're saying?
Just when you were speaking about the
Oh,
content
okay,
of the
yeah,
digital.
cool. So that's good. So you're following along there. Good. Okay, so you're saying that you're experiencing this expansion, this spaciousness, I think you said, this wow factor. Doesn't it feel like it's like a new dimension?
It feels like everything is now in like a zone that could be perceived
Yes.
directly.
Yes. Now, what is it? What is perceiving it?
Well, I don't know how to answer that. There's definitely a
What is it that allows you to report that it's more spacious, more expansive, that there's this new let's call it dimension, because that's what you just reported to me. So what is it that's perceiving that? What is it that's exploring that?
I don't know how to turn attention around to that.
Well, don't try. Just drop trying. Did you notice that you were trying? You said you said I don't know how to turn attention around to that. That's what you're saying, right? Did it feel like you were struggling, a little struggle?
Yes.
Maybe even a little frustration? Like, how do I do that? Okay. So what was watching that? What was watching the struggle? What was watching the frustration?
My character can't answer that.
No. Isn't it watching the character? Isn't what I'm talking about, isn't that watching the character struggle?
I guess I'll have to explore that more.
Well, just explore it right now. It's here. Watch this. What's trying to run away? What is postponing? What's saying, I'll look at that at another day? What is it that's in you that's saying, I'll do that later?
Something diffuse.
Yeah. Remember on that poll, fearing Mitch was the option. Option number 4 or 5 on that list. There's something in all of you that fears me. I don't know if you're aware of it. So at this point, you could say it's like we've got it cornered. It feels cornered. What is watching it be cornered right now? You reported some significant things. My character cannot answer that. It's like you're seeing that the character cannot go to this space. You can see how it's like coming up to a wall. That's the character reaching its limit. That's the mind. The mind and character are the exact same thing. Now, what is it that's watching this? That which is watching the mind come to its limit must be beyond the mind.
All I can feel is cognition trying to make sense of that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just let that go. Let that go, because even that you are aware of. Even that is perceived. That you're perceiving the struggle of a cognitive process happening. How do I make sense of that? That's what you said, right? How do I make sense of that? Notice how you're aware of that narration. Notice how there's something that's watching that say, how do I make sense of that? How do I make sense of that? Notice how there's something that's watching that I. How do I make sense of that? That's like this cup saying, how do I make sense of that? But here's me, this face over here, watching that. So what am I? Am I the cup, or am I back here watching it? Are you able to see it? Are you able to see the mind in front of you?
Only a short time after I start. It's like as the days go by, I get closer and closer to the point of origin there.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're already at the place of origin. That's what I'm pointing out. It's the thought that's making you feel like you're going there. You're already at the destination. That's where you're looking from. The character is an activity that's making it appear like it's trying to get to the destination. But you're watching it from the destination. It's like all the content in the room, the desk, the chair, the computer, the lamp, the couch. Consider that all as like the character, the thoughts, the feelings, the beliefs, the sense perception, all those things, the attention. That's all just content. But what is it? What is all that content in? It's in the empty space of the room. So all the content appears as objects. Just like even attention, you can objectify it. Just like you said, you're like, I don't think the attention can kind of turn. I don't think I can turn attention like that. See, you're even seeing how attention is being perceived as an object. So if attention, how subtle attention is being perceived as an object, then what you are, the subject, must be even more subtle than attention. Attention is something that's moving, changing. It's active. It's an activity. Now, what is it that's able to watch that activity? What is it that's watching that activity? What is it that knows that activity? What is it that knows that the attention has been lost? We say it all the time in like daily just daily life. Oh, I lost my attention. My attention was lost. I need to focus my attention on this. Sorry, my attention went somewhere else. See how it's moving around? The attention's moving. I got to
feel
focus.
that, but
Focus
it
my
only
attention.
takes like a second, and like I've previously it took minutes to recognize that. Now the dream only lasts seconds.
Okay.
But it's still feel like I can intervene early enough. It's what it feels like.
It's like you're at a coffee shop, you're reading a book, your attention's focused on the book. Someone comes in, starts talking about a lot of the gossip in the news. Boom, your attention's lost. You're now eavesdropping on some conversation at the counter of the coffee shop. You're listening to that for 2 minutes, and then you're like, what was I supposed to be doing? Oh, yeah, reading my book. And then what's watching that attention? Because that attention's very subtle. Is it not you that's aware of that attention? That's being misdirected or misguided or coming and going?
It does feel intimate.
Well, how is it that you're saying my attention was lost? Who's watching the attention get lost? Is it not you? If you're having a conversation with someone and then all of a sudden, I don't know, they're talking and then a loud car or truck goes by and they're still talking, and then you kind of, zone out, and they're like, "Hey, are you listening to me?" And then you go, "Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention." What is it? You go, sorry, I was distracted. You're reporting that the attention left the person that you're having the conversation with and then went somewhere else to the sound of the loud car. They start snapping their fingers, boom, your attention comes back and you're like, "Oh, sorry. I was distracted, but now I'm back. I lost my focus, but now thanks for snapping your fingers. I'm back. Sorry, what did you say? Because my attention wasn't focused on you. While you were talking, my attention did this thing." What is it that's watching that?
I guess it's hard to distinguish between that and the character sometimes. Because the character is not always this discrete thought. It's like this amorphous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to parse. Or there it goes again.
Well, it's not the character.
Yeah.
What's more subtle, a thought or attention?
Attention.
Attention. Because the attention is going from thought to thought, right? The attention can be directed at the body. Can it not?
Hmm.
The attention can be directed towards thoughts in the mind. Just hold your focus on the thought of a monkey. All I have to do is start making some loud noises, some funny faces, and then your attention gets directed off of the monkey thought to now onto what I'm doing. And what you're classifying, what you're calling the character, what is that? Is that not just the body mind? When you said, I don't know how to tell what's watching it, I said, oh, the attention, it's moving. But what is it that's reporting this movement?
I can't feel into that right now.
Okay.
I can feel the attention moving and jumping, but that's kind of the extent of it.
Okay. So you're right there, observing that attention move. You said it's jumping. So you're seeing it jump, yes?
Sometimes not.
Okay. But right now, are you able to see it? Right now, are you observing? Because you just made that report right now.
Hmm.
So you're able to watch your attention right now.
Doesn't feel so concrete right now.
What, the attention?
My body's very tense.
Okay.
When I'm walking outside, I can more easily discern this type of stuff.
No worries, no
But
worries.
it
So
doesn't matter in the end.
that's all right. There's that thing that wants to walk is what's afraid of being exposed here.
Mm.
That when you say that's that last time when you did that one-on-one call with me just a couple days ago. Same thing. When it wants to like that agitation, it's getting scared. That's what wants to, it's a subtle distraction. That's what doesn't want to. It's like you're coming too close. Imagine you hid something in your house and I'm getting close to finding it. What are you going to do once I start getting really close in the room? You'll start making some noise somewhere else in the house to distract me, call my attention over there. That's that energy that says, let's go take a walk. Maybe it's time to grab a snack. It'll do anything. It'll do anything because it's right here. You're closer than close. You're saying it, but you're not realizing it.
I know. I've been banging against the door for a while.
You're saying you're like I'm seeing the attention jump. I'm watching the attention jump. So you're reporting that this attention is changing, that this attention is coming and going, that this attention is a movement. And you're saying you're able to see it. Now, what is seeing it?
Something global.
Yeah. And where are you?
I have to first calm down before I can interrogate in this manner.
Okay. So all that tension that you're talking about, are you not watching that tension? Are you not the one that's observing that tension?
Yeah.
Are you not the one that's observing that agitation?
Yes.
Now notice how tension, agitation is again a movement. It's an activity. It's very subtle, but it's something.
I feel the energy in the body from the tension.
Mm-hmm. But that tension is, again, it's some content that you're reporting. It's a change that you are reporting, a change that you're observing. And that which is observing it is you. But notice how this watching does not change. Notice how this watching does not come and go. Notice how this awareness does not change, does not come and go, is not moving.
Sometimes it feels like being sucked down into the heart, kind of from a different perspective a little bit. And I don't know what to make of that, though.
It feels, you said, sucked into the heart?
It's almost like my locus of attention is sort of down here a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. And even that's observed. Anything that you notice is an observation, is it not?
All objects.
It's all objects. It's all something that you're reporting. But that which is observing is not a thing. It's no thing. That which is observing, you said it, has this global feeling to it. This omnipresent. That there's just this presence that is always here now. That is aware of anything. You are aware of any movement because you are not moving. You are still. You are aware of any sound because you are silent. Your silence. You are the silence, the stillness that is aware of the sounds and the movement. That's how you're able to detect any movement, any sound. You are changeless. That's how you are able to detect any change. You are ever present. That's how you're able to detect that which comes and goes. That which appears and disappears. See that any of these subtle observations that you're reporting, tension, agitation, even the energy shifting from head to heart, these are all very subtle movements. So you're more subtle than these movements. And how do you know they're moving? Because you are the stillness. How are you reporting them as something? This tension is something. This agitation is something. This attention is something. Because you are more subtle than that. You are no thing. All these things are activities. There's a start and there's an end to them. They last for a duration. But notice how you, the awareness, are always present. You don't have a start. You don't have an end. Anything that you're aware of is an experience. That you are experiencing tension. You're experiencing agitation. You're experiencing energy. Now, how do you experience all of this? You experience all because you are aware. You are awareness. See that it's not possible to have an experience without awareness. All experience is temporary. It's always changing. It's coming and going. It's appearing and disappearing. But the awareness is permanent. That you're aware right now. And this awareness has not changed from the awareness that was present during the experience of being 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old. See that it's the exact same awareness. What you refer to I is actually awareness. The sense of I that has not changed throughout your entire life is actually awareness. See that the body has been changing, the mind has been changing, but this awareness is changeless. And when the awareness gets mixed up, gets identified with experience, then what happens is we have I am the body mind. But see that the body is an experience. See that the mind is an experience.
Those feel way too solid.
It what? Sorry, say again?
Those feel way too solid, the mind and the body.
Compared to this, right? Compared to what I'm pointing. Yeah. Sure. Notice how you let go of the mind and the body every night when you go to sleep. You have no troubles letting go of it. Notice how freeing it is when you're sleeping. Notice how happy you are to let go of the mind and the body. Notice how you love letting go of the mind and the body every night. You love your sleep. You love the quality alone time. It's just you during deep sleep. There are no others.
I feel like I'm skipping in and out, but I can't stay.
Yeah. So what's aware of that? What's watching something come and go? Because that's not you that's coming and going. What you're watching is attention. You're watching attention. Attention returns back to you. You're the source of attention. And attention can go outward towards experience. And what you're experiencing is attention being directed outward towards thoughts. So it's not you that's coming and going, because coming and going is a movement. Coming and going is an activity. You're ever present. You're ever still. You're watching that activity come and go. So don't get interested in what the attention is going towards. Be more interested in the awareness that you are, that is observing the attention. Instead of being interested in the contents, which are the thoughts, be interested in the awareness that you are. That makes it possible to experience thoughts. Thoughts don't exist without you. Did you notice how you could just rest right there?
There's too many self-referential thoughts.
Yeah? Like what?
Well, it feels like a spotlight of attention on me, which elicits the thoughts, the self-referential thoughts.
You said it feels like a spotlight on you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
so watch. So you got it mixed up. The spotlight is not on you. You are the spotlight, shining on the fake one that you claim to be. The character is in the spotlight, but you are the spotlight that's shining on the character. You're the last place. Imagine I'm holding a flashlight. This is the flashlight. You're shining it on everything. Oh, there's a thought. Oh, there's attention. Oh, there's a body. Oh, there's some other experience. Oh, there's the outside world. What's the light though? What's the source of the light?
It's a good analogy, but
You're the source of the light. You are the source. Watch this in just your experience here. Notice that there's a thought of a monkey. Think about a monkey. Okay? Now close your eyes. And now listen to my voice. Monkey, monkey, monkey. Notice how both the thought of a monkey, as well as hearing the voice, the sound of monkey, notice how that is illuminated. It's illuminated by what?
just feels like more jumping around.
More of what?
More jumping around. I can
okay.
sort of instinctually sometimes get what you're talking about, but I don't know how to.
That's all right. That's all right. So you more jumping around, right? Here's you holding the flashlight, right? Thought of monkey, sound of monkey. Something jumping around. You're still holding the light. You are the light. You're what's illuminating even the jumping around. That's how you know about it.
It does feel like there's a space that is happening in, but
yeah, okay. And where are you?
It's zooming out from the particular point where the attention is.
Yeah. And where are you in all of this? You said that there's this space that all of this is appearing in. That's good. And where are you?
Just the character is becoming prominent. That's all right now.
Just the what?
Just the character becomes more prominent when I think about that.
Uh-huh. Is the character not in the space as well?
It's very diffuse. It doesn't feel like it's in.
The character, that thought, I, doesn't that appear in this space that you speak of?
When I think the word I, yes, it does, but there's
Yeah.
also this more diffuse thing going on.
What do you mean by
It's not,
diffuse? What does that mean?
it's not like a concrete thought.
Ah,
It's
so you're
like a
seeing how
mental
this,
overlay.
and we're still talking about this I thought.
Hmm. Rama
Okay,
Maharshi
okay,
style.
okay. So this I thought is changing. This I thought is coming and going. This I thought is appearing and disappearing. This I thought is temporary. Are you sure you're that I thought? How can that be you if you are noticing that it's coming and going? How can you be that I thought? How can you be that I thought that is changing? Are you not the one that's aware of the change? Are you not witnessing this I thought being diffuse?
It
Are you
feels
not?
like there's a when I move toward the center of the I thought to kind of dispel it a little bit, the thing that's doing that.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll make it a little easier. This I thought, it's like a pop up, isn't it? It's like, on your computer screen, it's like a pop up.
Doesn't feel that concrete.
No, right? So it's not, you see what you're saying, it's not permanent. Right? That's what you mean by saying it's not concrete.
Well, I mean, it's
It's not
kind
solid.
of
It's like a chameleon, or it's kind of morphing.
Yeah.
It's changing. This is what I mean. Remember I told you? We got this thing cornered. It's like a little mouse that we're cornering. This is where it gets trapped. So it's popping out. It's poking its head out. I thought, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. And then it comes back. It disappears. It appears. Hello, hello. And then where is that I thought arising out of?
It just predominantly feels up in the head.
Okay.
I
That's just a sensation.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
I've
just,
been sort of doing all the things you're talking about over the past couple of days, and I just don't get anywhere.
That's right. There's nowhere to get. You're already here.
But it does feel like there's a subtle incremental.
That I thought
up.
wants to go somewhere. That it's the I thought that wants to get somewhere. Notice how it's the I thought that's shifting. It's moving. Pops up and then ducks down back into the hole. It's a movement that's popping up. It's arising. Disappears. I'm here. Disappears. And notice how this I thought, you said it, it's appearing in this space. Is it not?
Hmm.
And isn't it this space that's aware?
I can see the truth in that.
Okay. And isn't it this space that's ever present? The space is not appearing and disappearing, is it? No, but the I thought is.
After we did our one-on-one, it felt like the whole day was moving through me versus me moving through my day.
Yeah.
Which
You as what, though?
Like,
it felt like the whole day was moving through me. You as what, though? The body? You mean the whole day was moving through that little body?
No, it was
No,
more
so
global.
you as what? You as the space of awareness?
Yeah.
Yeah. It felt like the entire moment was in you.
I guess I have to let go of the belief that it's not a shape.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're trying to, that's the thing. The where we're going is there's no mind. It's like you gotta, it can't, this is the part where I say, all right, leave your mind behind.
It's such a nice
It's the mind that wants to. The mind wants to go there, but it can't. And it's not you that's bringing the mind. The mind is like this, the coffee cup that wants to go. You're already here, though. You're watching. The mind's like, can I come? And you're like, all right, but Mitch says we can't. I got to, stop holding your hand and I got to leave you behind. You're already here. You don't need to travel any distance.
The other day, I experienced about an hour of two things simultaneously: extreme anger, robust anger, and a profound peace.
Okay,
and
yeah.
It was at the same time.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. This is the mind getting angry. You are the peace. You're the peace, and the mind is the anger. The mind's angry because it can't, where you're at, it can't get to you. The mind's losing its power because you're realizing that you are the source that is empowering the mind. You empower thoughts through belief. Once you stop believing in the mind, the days are numbered. That's why it gets angry. It's like an angry breakup with a clinger girlfriend. It's created such a codependency. You need me to exist. No, you don't. You exist just fine in deep sleep without your mind. You love it, actually.
It does bring to mind a question I had.
Uh-huh.
After waking up in the middle of the night, I could kind of do a deep dive on the character, and it was around, in particular, affections I had for my family and the motivations therein.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had love for a particular, I don't know what reason, but it turns out it's not the reason.
What is it?
It seemed pretty selfish. Like,
Yeah.
It was a reflection on me.
Yeah, it wasn't love, was it? No. It seemed like attachment, didn't it? Yeah. The mind knows nothing about love. So you hear all the people do their best trying to make a poem about love. You can't understand it. You can't rationalize love. Love is what you experience when there is no mind. See that even in these times where you experience love, girlfriend or a family member or something, Notice how the sense of I disappears. You as the character disappear for a second or two. There's no you, there's no other, there's just love. That's unity. That is love. The way the mind creates this story about love, it's like a you and me, and we're a happy family together holding hands. It like the way mind creates, like, talks about love, it's like how Hallmark does.
That channel still around?
Is the what?
Hallmark? Is that channel still
around? Yeah. Yeah. But that's not what it is. If you really pay attention, it's when you and the other disappear. When you actually experience love, there's just love. There's not you experiencing love. The you who you think you are dissolves. You dissolve into love. Go ahead. You said something?
I was kind of felt when you were describing what love was, it kind of feels similar to openness.
Yeah. 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 You think you're going to experience love by being closed? But it's that closeness that creates this solidity. As soon as there starts to be openness, it's like, whoa, there's nothing solid there. It's just this emptiness, this nothingness. Something is the fist. And then it's where it's like, where'd it go? Right. And then it's that I thought appears again, the shapeshifter. And then it tries to claim that love. Ah, yeah, that's my love. But that's not what's actually happening if you really look at your experience of it. That who you think you are disappears and there's just love. But what's aware of that? The real you, your true self, the love that you are. That you are the love. It's the fraud, the fake, the imposter that disappeared. Just like when you go to bed at night, who you think you are totally disappears. We're just joking around by calling it a fraud, an imposter, or fake, but it's kind of like that. It's a phony. That's why it doesn't want to be exposed. Now are you seeing it? That's the one that's squirmy, that wanted to get up and go for a walk. It didn't want to come this close to be exposed. That's why it fears me. I'm exposing it. I'm showing you that you're the light. Looking for this imposter. You're like, where is it? I said, okay, show me who you are. Who's the me that you refer to? And you're like, okay, that's just a thought that's coming and going. That's just a feeling that's coming and going. That body's always changing. The mind is always changing. There's memory. There's imagination. Those are thoughts. Where am I? Where's the me that I claim to be? No, who's the one holding the flashlight? Oh, I'm I'm the one that's illuminating it all. I'm the light that's shining on experience. If it wasn't for me, the light, illuminating this entire experience, what I call life, how would I know the contents? How would I know these objects? You wouldn't. You would not be able to experience the world if it wasn't for the fact that you are illuminating it. You're so bright that you illuminate the sun. You're brighter than the sun. If you close your eyes right now, there's an experience that your eyes are closed, but there's something, which is not really a thing, but it's you that's illuminating that your eyes are closed. You're illuminating that darkness. You are aware that there's a seeing of darkness, even though your physical eyes are closed. What is perceiving that your eyes are closed? You, that which is seeing without eyes. It's the same perceiving without eyes that perceives the thoughts. Just think about, keep your eyes closed and think about a monkey. Think about a monkey hitting two symbols together. And notice how you can see it. And notice how you can see that you're seeing darkness as well. It's you that's perceiving that. Perceiving beyond the two physical eyes. That there's just this awareness that's aware that the eyes are closed. Can't see anything. But it's the same awareness that is aware of the image of a monkey. It's the same awareness that's aware of my voice giving instructions. It's the same awareness that if you rub your hands together, is aware that there's some heat, some friction by rubbing the hands. See that all these are just experiences, rubbing the hands, listening to my voice, imagining a monkey, and closing your eyes. And see how all these experiences are within you, the awareness. See how all these experiences are different, but this awareness is always the same. See how all these experiences change, but the awareness is changeless. See how all the experiences are temporary, but the awareness is permanent. See how all the experiences come and go, but the awareness is ever present. And see how you are aware of being aware. How do you know that you are aware? because awareness is always aware of itself. See that you don't go and ask to call a friend to confirm that you are aware. You don't need to read in a book that you are aware. You know that you're aware. You confirm it for yourself. And see how you can simply rest by just being aware. That you are awareness and you can just simply rest in yourself as yourself. Notice how it feels natural. Notice how it takes no effort. Notice how there's this happiness, there's this love, there's this peace, there's this freedom. Notice how you are not lacking anything and you do not need anything. That you are already whole, you are already complete, you are already fulfilled. Notice how you are not trying to do something, that you are just simply being yourself, being awareness. Notice how you did not have to create anything. You did not have to develop anything. You are not imagining anything. You're just simply realizing what is always here. It's always available. It is you. It does not come and go. It is always here. Now. It doesn't take time to be aware because you are already aware. And notice how it's just you. Awareness. There's nothing else. There's not you and something else. There's this sense of openness because you are that openness. There's that sense of spaciousness because you are that spaciousness. That sense of acceptance because you are that acceptance. Allowance because you are that allowance. And you're allowing everything to be here. You're accepting everything that is here. You are prior to all experiences. Without you, awareness, there would not be any experience. It would not be possible. Notice how you cannot find a start or an end to you, awareness. You cannot find a boundary or a border. Notice how you have no shape or size, no gender, no race, no ethnicity, no religion, no nationality. That the real you is not personal. Notice how the real you is beyond experience. It is not touched by any experience. The sounds that you're hearing appear in you, but they do not touch you. Any feelings, emotions appear in you, but they do not touch you. Any pain the body experiences appears in you, but does not touch you. Any confusion the mind experiences appears in you, but does not touch you. That which you are is ever present and ever pure, unblemished, never tainted. It cannot get wet, cannot be burnt, it cannot be hurt. It is unborn and therefore cannot die. All experiences are born from you, born out of you. That what you are is no thing. And as no thing, you are the potential of everything. Notice how it's just you that is here. Not some self-image of you, not some story of you, not some role that you are playing, not some identity that you have created. It's just you, awareness. The character is an activity that appears in you. But notice how just simply being aware of being aware, there's no activity. The mind is silent. The mind is still. It's as if the mind does not exist. The mind is an activity. And that activity has come to rest. This is where the silence is louder than any noise. The rest is greater than any activity. That you're becoming familiar with what you actually are. Without any distractions pulling you away from your true nature. You're just becoming more familiar with it. Okay, and go ahead and open up your eyes. All right, J Rod, how was that?
Well, I'm definitely noticing all the things that are objects that I was previously not noticing as objects.
Mm-hmm. What was it like? Were you able to just rest as yourself?
From time to time,
Mm-hmm.
and it is very restful.
Okay. Still felt like you're being distracted?
Mm.
Okay.
A lot of random thoughts.
Uh-huh. So the first, basically, as you get this kind of, as this is your awakening to your true nature, as you get like these glimpses, then what's going to happen is it's like the mind just starts kind of shiny object. Here, how about this? What about this? Hey, it's like, that's why the random thoughts, it's like it's just holding up everything. Come see this, come see this. It's trying to distract you.
Mm.
It's basically auditioning for your attention.
Good way of putting it.
Yeah. But it's just, that's where you just see it. Like after some, it's not really practice, but after you get more and more, I don't know, whatever you want to call this, after you do this some more times, then you start seeing that mind basically does its thing, and you're now, you could say, more disciplined to not go fetch the bone. It's like, here, come, let's play. Right? It wants to take you away from yourself. Right? That's what's like I said, the fraud, the imposter, the phony. It's like, come play. It's like, remember me? It wants to get you back. Like I said, it's like that clinger girlfriend. You just broke up with her last week and she's at your door. Come on. I'll change. I'll do anything. I just want you back. So the mind, you'll, like you said, it comes on very desperate now that you've got a taste of your true nature. And you'll start noticing this seemingly struggle, essentially. It's almost like you got to win yourself back. I'm pointing to what you actually are, but then the mind plays this game and it's very convincing. It's like, no, don't listen to that Mitch guy. No, I'm the real you. Whatever Mitch showed you, that's not, you didn't see anything. Remember me? It's like, we've had such a nice relationship, whatever, 25 years. It's just like, you're going to throw that all down the drain for just this little thing that Mitch showed you in one call? Come on. But notice how the mind was not there at times. For you, as times. For other people, maybe that whole little meditation, completely mindless. Yet something kind of comes back, and it's like trying to convince you of something that you did not experience, but even though it wasn't there. It comes online after. And that's what you kind of notice. This is where, like I said, this is kind of that awakening process. And you kind of notice that it's like there's less and less of the mind. There's less and less of that activity. And there comes a point where even if there's the activity, it's like, whatever. It's powerless. But if you love the entertainment of the mind, then you're there. Ooh, like you're eating popcorn, drinking your pop, and you're totally immersed in the movie of the mind. The mind is like a theater, and you're always witnessing. You got the best seats. But for most, it's like it's a shitty movie that's being played. Some character that's unhappy, trying to find happiness, searching everywhere. And I just easily point out, look, the happiness it's not going to be found in the movie. It doesn't exist in the movie. But what's beyond the movie? That's where the happiness is. And what you are is beyond the movie. You're watching the movie. And that's where you kind of notice that, like, that spaciousness. It's like, oh, I didn't know that this existed.
Feels very large.
Yeah. Oh, I had this. It's like, again, it's like it's always here, but it's like you're like not aware that you could experience that spaciousness. Because it's almost like it's like a tunnel vision. It's like you're looking through really a small lens. You just open it up. You're like, oh wow, there's so much more space. Like you're creating these limitations that don't exist. by believing the mind. The mind is limited, but you are limitless. But as long as you believe your mind, then you believe those same limitations. You believe that those limitations are on you. You believe that you share the same limitations as the body and the mind. But this is when you just go to your direct experience. As awareness, did you find any limitations, borders, or boundaries?
It felt like it was poking holes in my body or my mental overlay of my body.
Okay. Yeah, but that's
like, when you were asking me what was aware, it felt like it was coming externally, and then I don't know.
Yeah. Did you find a start or an end to the awareness? No. And that awareness is you? Or are you something else other than the awareness?
It's like flip-flops.
It flip-flops, yeah.
When I see the entire mind as an object, I can kind of drop back, but it doesn't, and then I immediately re-identify.
Yeah, but you're aware that the character's not there all the time, right? But the awareness is here all the time, right? That's enough proof. Watch, I'll say it a different way. Who you think you are is not always present, but the awareness is present. Right?
Character is damn smug.
Hey, say it again.
The character is damn smug sometimes.
Uh-oh. Sorry, the Siri thought I was talking to her. What did you say, J Rod?
I said the character is damn smug.
Yeah. It